Hi cuties, don't know if you noticed, but we released a line of merch and it's gorgeous. It's lesbian coded, it's practical, it's in lots of different colours, lots of different sizes, it's ethical, and it's cute as hell. Thank you to everyone who shared pictures of themselves on Instagram and Instagram stories looking adorable post-Christmas in their merch. If you thought, my Christmas present sucked and that my loved ones don't know me, then why not get yourself a gift? I reckon do. Go on to TrustyHogs/merch. Get yourself a cute little tea now.
I just spent that entire time trying to find the website, and TrustyHogs.com/merch. I googled merch.
And a 10% discount for all patrons.
Thank you very much.
Bye. Hello and welcome to episode 170.
My favourite number.
Of Trusty Hogs. Oh, are we done now? It's your favourite number? We got here, we're done?
No.
No.
Because my second favourite number is 2,804.
Sweet mother of Jesus Christ. Well, let's see about it. If we're still alive, crawling to the mic. Hello.
Doing it from oh my God, we can have beds next to each other. Oh.
I don't want to die Bert and Ernie style with you. I'm sorry. I don't want that. No offense. All the best. Godspeed. But no thank you.
Through the fog, step forth the trusty hogs. Yeah, you're gonna give them your problems and they will solve them. Or maybe they won't, and that's your problem. They'll have guests and Andrew White on the tech. It's Helen and Catherine as the Trusty Hogs. Trust the Trusty Hogs, or maybe not.
Hey, it's episode 170, and for now we're still with it. It's Trusty Hogs. I'm Catherine Bohart.
My name's Helen Bauer.
And this is a podcast about
Our perfect lives.
where we
tell you all about them.
and
solve your problems.
there you go. And today is a
Mailbag special.
Because as you know, we're not hacked on the old admin or correspondence. To the point that recently, a problem that was sent into this podcast was simultaneously sent to the Catherine Ryan podcast, and she also answered the problem. How very dare you?
Is that actually true?
It's called having patience. It's called not being so needy. How dare you?
Do you reckon other people are doing that? Like sending their problems to other podcasts?
No. I think somebody was urgently needing a reply and it was like, oh my God, come on. But still, have a little loyalty, my God.
If it's that urgent, find out where we live, come to our doors, knock and tell us.
I don't agree with that. That's not what I was saying. I'm sorry. I'm actually misappropriating an energy that is taken from elsewhere, because on the way here,
what's going on?
Bear in mind, today, a day of recording, 8th of January,
Mm-hmm.
I was walking here from Chancery Lane.
Mm-hmm.
What do I pass? 8th of January in Tesco. What's the display?
Valentine's
Easter.
is out.
Motherfucking Easter.
Yeah.
Oh, Easter.
He's only born. They're trying to kill him off. How about you chill the fuck out? Easter eggs. I haven't cleared out the chocolate coins. I'm furious. It's too soon. That's too soon.
It's what Easter eggs, actually?
Can you focus?
I am.
It's
but
mini eggs and lint bunnies.
Sleigh.
No.
Sleigh?
No.
Isn't
not
that kind of a bit of
Christmas
fun, though?
sleigh, maybe, because it's just happened. I just couldn't. That's too early. Can you
Also,
attest-
it's late April this year. It's not even
is
it's a
it?
March
Thank
Easter.
you for checking.
Yeah.
Okay, Gregorian King. Yes, it's late April, and we don't have energy for you.
Did you see that M&S are doing
Why aren't you angry about this?
Because I'm just like a Chucky fan. Like, I would support Chucky just like all round.
Yeah, me too. But I think you'd ruin this special occasion chocolate by having it out all the time.
Yeah, so like for me, I just think like, let's just celebrate it daily.
No,
you know?
I do. I eat chocolate every single day of my
Yeah.
life. As you know, I always have chocolate bars in my fridge. I love chocolate.
Yeah.
But I think that the best form of chocolate, and this is why I think I'm really, it's
You're
hard for me to be saying this.
really worked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's hard for me to say this because my favorite chocolate is an Easter egg. I think the shape lends itself profoundly to the medium.
It's the best texture.
It is phenomenal. Pop a Cadbury's Easter egg in a fridge. Come back to me. There's no
not
better.
Cadbury's, not
There's
Cadbury's.
nothing better in the world. But at
what?
the same time, it's special because it's rare.
Okay.
You're not with me on this.
No, I just, it's not bothering me that much. Do you want me to be angry as well?
Do you know the TikTok sound? Do you know the puppets, the Mona and Grandma? The Australian.
Oh my God, yeah, but I thought you meant
No.
like the Mona and Grandma as in like the characters of being like, we're real Monas and Grandmas, Helen and Catherine. And I was like, what? But no, Mona and Grandma as in, who's that wonderful girl? Could she be any cuter? Who's that wonderful girl?
So basically, the little like Muppet sort of style puppets. It's a little girl and she's being babysat by her grandma.
Yeah.
And there's a moment where the little baby puppet's angry and grandma goes, "Oh, you mad? Do you want me to be mad with you? Yeah, let's be mad together."
Yes! Okay, we didn't know where you were going. What the hell you were talking about? I was like, I don't have a reference point. I don't know the song. I don't know where he's going with this. But yes, I just want you to get on board to be angry with me.
Then fuck 'em. What supermarket was it?
Tesco.
I have always hated
Thank
Tesco.
you.
Do you know why? Owned by Walmart. And you know what Walmart have done?
What?
Not very good things, I'm sure.
Right.
Couldn't give you an example. Couldn't give you one.
That'll do. I'll
I know
take
it's
the moral
bad.
support. Thank you so much. Episode 170. Should we get into the mailbag special?
I think we should get into the mailbag special. I will say this. Whenever we do a mailbag special, which for anyone who's new is when we like go through problems and we don't talk about our lives because our lives are fine this week.
And also because we have a backlog of problems because we don't always get to them.
Yeah, that and we're slaying.
Yeah.
Basically, we end up usually doing, I'd say 2 or 3, even though we say we're going to do
Don't
like
jinx
8.
us. Sometimes we do more.
And I believe in us
Me
because I
too.
think people online and listeners of this podcast, thank you so much for supporting us. You hold us to too high of a standard.
Oh, they definitely do.
Too high of a standard to be able to answer more than 2 problems in an hour. That feels crazy.
Oh, you think that they're the problem? Hang on, sorry, I misunderstood. I just meant like I think that we don't warrant the level of support we get, but thank you so much for being here. It's hard to accept love. Separately, I think we
So
should be able to
hard.
answer more problems than we do.
So today, Catherine, this is another online trend like Mona and Grandma, which I'm pretty sure you don't know about.
Why is everyone explaining TikTok to me? Have I missed? I guess I don't go on
also
there.
Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm on Instagram, so I'm like a month after the kids.
And I just found out about Primavera, so I'm really not the
The
person.
festival?
Yeah.
Stop.
Apparently-
Are you going?
I know. I'm
Oh.
way too late for tickets, I think. But, apparently, people I like play it.
Yeah. Oh, isn't like Chapel Roan, like Olivia Rodrigo and
Yeah.
stuff doing it this year?
So I'm told.
I heard some kids speaking about it on the street.
I heard some lesbians talking about it.
Yeah,
Oh
just
my
take out your
God.
headphones. If you're over 30,
Yes.
just take out your headphones
Pop 'em
every
out
now and
every
again.
now and
Have a
then.
listen. Have a listen.
Hello. What's going on out there? I know, very exciting.
Very
And then
unlikely that they will be talking to
and then
each
pop
other.
it back in. The rest is history. You're
The rest of
get
history
back-
podcast.
Exactly.
It's good
I'm
stuff.
giving those boys a chance. I'm learning a lot. Go on.
But today we've done it again. We've tangented. We have to like. How many problems you think we're going to solve, and then we see how many we actually do. Like that, the trend where they go like, how many dollars do you think you're going to spend at Disney today? And they go like $50, and then they like do a jump
the
cut.
rest of us are not on Disney TikTok.
And then no, but it's still it's a thing, right?
Yeah.
And then they've spent like $200. You're gonna love this. So
Okay.
you have to say how many problems you think we're gonna do.
Just going to
today.
adjust my bra.
That's
Sorry.
okay. Do you want me to say my number first?
No, I got this. I need to be in a comfortable position. Okay, here
we'll
we go.
take it off.
Well, I usually don't wear one, but I thought I'll give it a whirl.
Take
then, but
it
I
off.
shouldn't have. I'm wearing too tight a shirt. Look, here we go.
Take it off.
I think we're gonna answer 5 problems today.
7.
Whoa, Jesus!
I think we're gonna do 7.
I thought I was being optimistic.
I think Andrew has come at this with a list of problems that he knows some will be quick solvers.
Okay, well, I just have to do 2 quick addendums.
Okay.
One, before we get into the problems, because these things will be distracting me otherwise. I've done a lot more reading around the telepathy tapes. Might have
on.
been a bum steer. Definitely Google, and just read the articles, because, yeah, I think maybe not everything here on a podcast is true. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? And the second thing to say is, the second thing, it's like when the news agents got it
Catherine.
wrong that Kamala was going to win the election, and then suddenly genuinely my whole world was rocked. I was like, wait, they're wrong about the biggest obvious stuff.
Oh my God, Catherine.
Bubble. Anyway, yeah, it's been an alarming few weeks for me. And then I've started watching The Traitors. Have you started watching The Traitors?
Yeah, obviously I've started watching The
Oh
Traitors.
my God, I've done all the first 3 episodes. Have you done the first 3?
I have, but do you think we should do this in the extras because we're so out of sync that it'll be like 3 weeks time before they hear this?
Oh, fine. Here are hot takes in the extras about The Traitors. I hate when you're better at admin than me. I hate it.
I'm so smart.
But also,
at
it's good that we're behind on Traitors, because otherwise we'd be spoiling stuff. If you haven't watched it by now, you're crazy.
I now think we're going to do 6 problems.
What? You can't change it. Andrew, let's go.
Okay. Well, here's a quick question. How many questions do you think we've used over our last 170 episodes? In this used inbox I've got here, which includes updates, how many emails do you think there are?
Well, we should have done 1 per episode, and occasionally we do the odd one plus in extras. We do the odd one for live shows. I'm going to guess 250.
300.
It's flat bang in the middle, basically, but Helen is closest, 287.
Wow,
Bow,
by two.
Yeah.
By two.
We've changed 287 people's lives for the better.
Yes.
They have been
It's
changed
for the better.
Oh, I was
And,
gonna say
um,
for good. I was
Because
gonna say
I
for-
knew
I was just gonna say
you.
for good.
Okay.
I was just gonna do the one.
Because
Oh,
I
God.
knew
Okay.
you.
Fine. I thought you'd like it and that would be enough. I'd have like fed the animal in you that loves musicals, but instead you had to take it too far. Go on, Andrew.
And there's almost the exact same number still left in our inbox. About 287.
No.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That feels good.
There's another 287.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. Let's get to it. Wait, I need water. I'm so thinking about problems makes me thirsty.
5 problems. We're gonna
No,
do 5.
but can I get...
Go.
I have to get my own water?
It's right there.
Okay.
It's right there. You can do it. Just for those who are new here, I am Helen, and I am always this much in control of the podcast. Today, I am in charge. I'm keeping things moving, and I think we can all admit that Catherine is a hot mess. Is your throat
You're
okay?
rude. No, but I do feel better. Oh my God, drink water, you guys. I sometimes
We
forget.
must.
We simply must. Stay hydrated. Okay, problem number one. Is it my mouth's dry? Because the answer to that is get yourself a glass of water.
So
Counts.
Oh, and
It
remember,
counts.
if you don't like water, try a squash.
Oh my God, as you know, peach is my preference, but I've gotten into blackcurrant and apple lately.
Robinson's or the Sainsbury's own brand.
Robinson's, Jesus Christ, have a little respect.
oh, Asda had 3 for £3 on the Robinson squash. What a dream.
What flavours did you get? That's such a bargain.
We got peach, fruit and barley,
Wait.
summer fruits, and
Okay.
apple and blackcurrant.
Mm.
Except for the second option, I'm with you. I don't like summer fruits, wheat and barley or whatever it is.
Fruit and barley summer fruits. No.
Don't like it.
I like having a classic orange squash around.
Reese doesn't like orange. I would have gone for orange otherwise.
It doesn't taste anything like orange. It tastes like cack. I don't like it. I'm
What's
a big
cac? Caca, like poo poo in French. How civilized.
merci.
How civilized.
I actually don't think it's seen as civilized. Go on.
I genuinely thought that was like to say like half of French poo poo instead of saying like a pile of shit or a pile of dung or a steaming hot turd or like a half pound of Dundee cake or whatever.
If we get to 2 problems, I'll be genuinely
go,
thrilled.
no, go,
Well,
Andrew, go.
I'll start with 2 updates for you.
Okay.
That's not a problem.
I love updates. I love updates.
But they're
please,
positive.
please.
You know, if you want some evidence that we've changed people's lives.
I actually
Woo!
do.
Here you are.
I
actually
want
do.
it. I need it. Go on.
Well, this is from one of the Edinburgh throuple.
From the live shows.
Okay, I remember one of them was Irish.
Yes.
They sat front row
Yes.
and were like honestly getting started, I think, on their evening plans in mid-show. They had met up to have a threesome, right? Or they were a throuple.
No,
No,
they
they
met
were
that
They were
night.
having their
Throuple.
first threesome as a throuple
But it
that
was like
evening.
a long-distance interaction, right? They'd met
It was
online.
Ireland and Texas, yeah.
That's it, Ireland and Texas.
Right, yes. Oh my gosh. Okay, go on.
And it
but
was
they'd met in
electric.
Edinburgh. It was, and they were all like, we're going to come to tomorrow's show in the morning, my show in the morning at noon.
I think
Did they fuck? They were obviously busy. I mean, obviously they did. You get it. Go on, Andrew.
So the Irish one planned to fly out to Texas, and they did. The throuple is still going strong. This person, N, missed their return flight and stayed a whole extra 5 days and has already booked another trip for the end of February.
Missed. As if we've all missed the flight where you're still in bed and you're like,
Missed
no,
the
I'm not going to
flight,
be
missed
getting
your
that flight.
show.
Yeah,
Just,
interesting.
Oh my God, I love this.
No, you say that, but one long distance girlfriend is a nightmare. Imagine having 2. That's so much texting. I wouldn't do well. What I've realized in the last week since we spoke about me not liking to text is I just think I'm an in-person experience.
Yeah.
I'm a live and in town. I couldn't do this. I respect it. Well done, thrilled for the throuple, but there's no way I could keep in contact with 2 people via Messenger.
I think it's so
Or whatever it
exciting.
is.
Maybe it's a group chat. And
It would have to be. Do you think it kind of have to be? Do you think like if you were texting one girl but you hadn't text back the other, that would be a nightmare? It would have to be a group chat, wouldn't it?
I think you're not built for this sort of relationship, and I have no example of it, so we don't get it.
Right.
But I think this is fun,
Mm-hmm.
and I really hope you went to see the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, and I hope you went rodeo. And doesn't Texas have like some of the best Mexican food? Tex-Mex, isn't that
Stands
like
to
a
reason.
thing?
Stands to reason. Yeah.
sure.
Amazing. And then you're already in America, so think of all the Doritos flavors as well as
Do you
the
want
sex.
Mexican food and sex?
Yeah, I was just thinking, I was like, I feel like this is not what the throuple are doing. They're not like, she's
Well,
not
I
going
wouldn't-
for the food.
Not the beans.
I mean, she's going to eat, but she's not going for the food.
Not the beans.
Oh no, she's going for the beans, plural in this case, but not. I don't think that's what she's in for.
I think you could have like a chicken and not enchiladas, but cheesy beanie. Like I think you could have a what's it called? A fajita.
Yeah.
I think a fajita's fine before sex. I don't think you want a mole. I think tacos are fine as long as they're not like big beer drippy.
We're never going to get to
ones.
another problem if you list every food you think is acceptable to eat.
No,
pre-sex.
just I think corn's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Andrew?
Next up.
Margaritas,
Wonderful.
if anything, that is a sex drink.
Yeah.
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 What does it mean?
Margarita means Saint Margarita,
Nope.
the saint of getting drunk with salt.
Nope. I
No.
believe it means daisy.
Oh, does it?
Am I wrong?
Andrew,
it does.
quickly.
Yes, it does.
The word
Woohoo.
margarita's daisy.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, cute.
It's also cool that you know that
Do you know why I know it?
because it looks like a daisy.
No, because it was on one of the quizzes at Christmas.
Nice.
Very good.
It was on University Challenge at Christmas. Oh my god, it was a University Challenge question for the celebs, but obviously still counts because they were doing a cocktail round and I got every question right. Boom. Next. They didn't know from the ingredients what a Cosmo was. They said a Manhattan. They told them it was in Sex and the City. Some people.
Wait, they're both
It's like, do the reading. What have you studied for this?
Cosmos vodka, is it? And grenadine. No.
And cranberry juice.
And cranberry juice.
And Cointreau.
And Cointreau.
Grow up.
Vodka, Cointreau, and cranberry juice.
And lime juice.
And lime juice. I had an apple VK last year for the first time in years. It was brilliant.
Not the same. Go
Carry
on,
on.
Andrew.
Update
Update us.
Under Spanish Daisy, the margarita sort of dictionary listing, there's also a game called Deshojar la Margarita, which means defoliate the daisy, and it's he loves me not, he loves me not. That's really sweet.
Deshojar la Margarita.
Yeah.
That's so
Good
cool.
memory.
Yeah, it's very sweet. Anyway, this is another positive update from Jay, who wrote in for advice before their driving test. This would have been a couple of months ago
Was
now.
the question whether or not they should drive in advance of the driving test? If they should drive, is that right?
I'm nervous about what's going to be driving like alone without my instructor. How do you get the confidence to drive alone? And what was it like the very first time you did it? And I think one of your responses was to drive before your test.
Because I'm
Yeah.
constantly going on about that. Go on.
They passed with 4 minors and couldn't be happier.
We all passed.
Only 4 minors. That's amazing. Well done. Only 4 more than me. That's so good.
You're welcome.
That's genuinely incredible.
Yeah.
Well done. Oh my god. Woohoo. And what else did they say? Anything else?
Thanks so much for your advice. I even re-listened to it on the morning of my test to keep me grounded and help my nerves. Yeah.
That's so cute. I listened to podcasts on the morning of my test too because I was listening to this learner podcast that was so helpful to me. Oh my god. Well done.
We are making lives so much better.
Okay, sorry. 3 women are fucking in Texas and someone can drive? You're welcome, world. Wow. We're basically Queer Eye.
I know. Oh my god, we are.
Have you watched the new series?
No, I know you're watching it. I need to watch it.
I finished it. Can I say something?
Go on.
And I would help more if you'd watched it.
Okay, sorry.
I wanted to dislike Jeremiah. I've done the reading. I miss Bobby. I felt disloyal. But I love him so
You
much.
love him, okay.
I love him so much.
And is he replacing Bobby? Okay.
And he's so excited to be there.
Yeah.
It's like new eyes. It's like somebody being like, there's after the first episode when they're watching at the end, he's like weeping when he's watching, and then he's like, is this what it's like every time? And they're like,
wow.
yeah. And he's like, oh my god, I'm never gonna make it through this series. And I was like, I love this man. He's gorgeous.
Is
Okay.
it all out? Okay, I need to watch it.
You gotta.
Maybe I should cancel my gig tonight.
Probably.
No, that's so extreme. That's so.
Yeah,
that's,
no,
that's,
that's
really
crazy.
extreme.
Yeah.
Imagine doing that.
I'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Cancel your
Okay.
gig tomorrow.
No, I'm on a train to Stratford upon Avon tomorrow. I'll do it then.
Girl,
Girl.
watch it with Francis. Are they gonna be on your train?
Yes.
They can watch it with you.
Slay.
Cute.
Slay.
Play.
Slay.
2 tall blondes weeping on a train. That'll be a sight for sore eyes. You'll love the drama
If
of
you
that.
spot us, come and say hi.
Yeah, genuinely, Helen would love it. Go on.
I just got the image of 2 tall blondes, not Helen and Francis, weeping on a train, just being approached like, are you from the podcast?
And then be like, how could you ask us that when our mother's just gone? No, but truly, truly, have we done a problem yet?
Yes, sorry, no, we've not done a single problem yet. And we've
How
done
many minutes did
20
we?
minutes.
Oh, fine. No,
Stop.
that's fine. Oh my god, that's better than usual.
Yeah.
We could talk for more time, I think, and still get one answered. No,
This-
go on.
Can I want to change my guess to 4.
No, you
No,
can't.
no.
7 was mental.
You're still on
You got
7 and
locked
I'm
in.
on 5.
Okay.
Go on, Andrew.
Well, this is on the back of that driving update. We'll have a driving problem
Okay,
from
Catherine, quick.
F.
Hi, F.
I've got
Hi,
a problem regarding a work colleague. I, 29F, work around 20 minutes drive from my home in a small town.
Hang on. Is their name F in this instance and they're also 29 female? Or
Yes.
Okay.
The office is pretty rural, so driving is the most...
I'm sorry, I missed the whole problem.
I've not done any of the
One-
problem.
I was
one
stuck
second,
on the
Andrew. 1 second,
details.
Andrew. 1 second, Andrew. Look at me. Right. I don't know what's going on with you today. 'Cause
I've
this
had
is
4
not you.
coffees.
Yeah, and you're being a bit like, yeah. Like, honestly, hot mess. And I kind of love it for you as a friend, but as a colleague, as a professional, this is fucking exhausting.
Sorry.
Because we need to get. Don't be sorry. Be better. You know how to do this. We've done this a million times
Do you
before.
realise we've just done body swap and you're having to deal with what I deal with every single time?
100%. And it's
Imagine
exhausting.
that I do that. Imagine that I do.
I would not, but that's why I'm me and not you. It'd be a nightmare. It'd be a fucking nightmare. But whatever this is, today,
I did the most unreal full body workout this morning. I think
I
it's giving
don't
me too many endorphins.
I don't
Can you
care.
overdose on endorphins?
Andrew,
Yes.
she's
Ready.
Yeah.
29F
Yes.
and initial F.
Yes. They work 20 minutes drive from their office.
thank you, Andrew.
It's pretty rural, so driving is the most reliable way to get into work. And they car share with 2 other co-workers who also live in the same town.
Okay.
However, very recently, another man wanted to join the car share, and around April 2024, this is a very recent problem. This only came in 2 days ago.
Wow.
And he couldn't rotate driving because he was waiting for his driving license to be transferred from another country. So he's just moved to the UK. He can drive, but he doesn't have a license yet. So he's getting off scot-free in this car share, basically. Otherwise, they normally rotate drivers. However, he now has his license. He got it in just before Christmas. He stopped asking for lift, so he's not taking advantage of us anymore. But he's not offered any back in return. His wife is pregnant now, and he tends to leave work early. So even if we did ask for a lift, it will have to be on his schedule, which wouldn't work for us.
Okay.
So I understand that it's maybe not convenient at the moment, but I still feel like it's not been fully repaid what we've given to him for months with all these lifts.
Okay.
What do I do? Do I let it go because it's just a pain to sort of work out what is equitable in that situation? Do I say something to him about how it's inconsiderate that he's taken all these lifts and hasn't given anything back? Or do I just keep asking for lifts and try to work to his schedule?
Let it go. Let it go. 100%. What's the odd thing of like never do something for someone and expect them to repay it? Like you don't do things to expect something to be given back to you. You do things because you do them.
It's
And
not very
this
catchy,
one,
that.
you just what is it? What is the phrase? Like you give you're generous without expectation, sort of a thing. So like.
I've never seen that one on.
But you just, it's not on I think it's a Christian thing actually. As soon as I said it, I was like, that is definitely a Sunday school hang up in my
What
head.
is it?
Like have a servant's
All I can
heart.
think of is nobody owes you anything.
But like you don't do
Well, that's
things-
not Christianity. That's capitalism. I don't. Nobody owes you shit.
But I like
From
that phrase.
Peter.
What was your phrase, Andrew? Sorry.
Well, nobody owes you anything, because it sounds like very capitalistic, like nobody owes you anything, go fuck yourself. Like, but I think it's a good mindset to have, like nobody owes you anything, so that you know when you're giving something, not necessarily to expect anything back, you're giving freely, and that when you do receive something, you're aware that that person doesn't owe you anything.
So you
there's
shouldn't
more
give expecting in
gratitude.
return.
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, I think sometimes circumstances are out of people's control, and it seems to me probably kindest read is that he meant to give everyone a lift back, but then his wife got pregnant and he wasn't expecting that. But, and sidebar, if ever there was a punishment enough, a surprise baby is definitely one of them. But I think you've let it eat at you in a way that isn't necessary, and probably he doesn't realize how annoyed you are. And the most you can do in this instance is go like, hey, I really thought this was going to be reciprocal. I wonder if there are times that suit us both where you can give me a lift if you really want to. But honestly, it seems like it's more inconvenient for you to take the lift now anyway, and you just sort of carrying around a rage that's actually only damaging you and not him. And it's maybe better to chalk it up to like you did, like Helen says, you did a nice thing for somebody who couldn't do it for them. And look, would you, on reflection, if anybody else asks, would you say if you contribute to the petrol? Certainly, that's a good learning. You've learned that this time.
Yeah.
But like, I really think it's a case of like, you're gonna have to just let it go.
Sounds like you've got one of those lovely brains which thinks of the world fairly. So you treat everyone fairly. So if you give something, if someone did something for you, you would find a way to make sure that you give something to them.
But honey, the world ain't fair.
It's not, and not everyone's brains work that way. It just doesn't. Like,
probably not malicious, even though, oh my God, we've all been in these situations. But I think it's just a learning moment, I'm afraid.
Just because you invited them to your sleepover when you were 9 doesn't mean they're going to invite you to their birthday party when they turn 10.
Even if they're your sister.
Even if they're your
I was joking. That's never happened to me.
Yeah, she was joking. We were all laughing because we get invited to everything.
We definitely do.
And if anything,
everyone invites us.
I say no thank you to things all the time because it's just got so much.
What was the last thing you said no thank you to?
The
last thing.
Probably.
Because we were there, and then we were also, didn't we
yesterday,
say as well?
I'd say.
And then we were,
for the palace.
And also, it's like
Wow, you're swatting them away.
Yeah. Thank you.
Do you want another problem?
Please. I mean, no, thank you.
Oh shit! Please. We'll be there. I'll travel.
I'll cater. Will I bring something? What can I bring? No.
Do you remember when you came to mine?
Peter Blocker twins going to anything.
Are you on propanol today?
No.
Me neither.
Obviously not.
No, I don't need it now.
Hello. Have you seen my energy? No, let's go.
Yeah, this is from Elle.
Hi, Elle.
Hi, Hogs. Huge fan here. You make my Wednesdays and Fridays so much better.
Oh,
that's so nice.
Very sweet. They are a 22-year-old student coming to terms with being aromantic asexual.
Aromantic, asexual. 1 second. I know the definitions. I just got to get them in my brain.
Some people don't want to have sex but do want romantic relationships. In this instance, is it Elle doesn't want either?
Yes.
Correct?
Yep.
So they're just chill.
Yeah.
Oh my! I think great. Good
and that is the definition. Just chill. That would be way easier.
Elle, just to check, do you self-identify as just chill?
Don't you think people would just be like so much better at receiving that? We're so crap at if you're just like, oh, I just like my life. Whoa, great intel. Okay, go on.
So cool.
Yeah, okay, so Elle's just chill. Love that. Doubt that's how they define it, but go on.
Naturally, I've been questioning my orientation since I was around 15, but didn't put too much pressure on it because I was still so young and inexperienced.
They sound chill.
Yeah, so chill.
Since then, I've been on a few dates, travelled abroad, etc., and have still felt nothing. I don't want to kiss, have sex with anyone. I find the idea of having a partner so unnatural. I'm getting more comfortable with it. And the first time I came out was drunk, living in France, telling a room full of strangers. It felt very freeing, but in my personal life, it's got a bit weird. My flatmate and best friend is very boy-focused. She had a lot of relationship ups and downs, is constantly having her heart broken and wanting to get back with her ex. And I feel a terrible friend because I just...
You don't get it.
Yeah, I cannot engage with these conversations. Yeah. I find them exhausting. Yeah. All she talks about... Sorry, I had a little throat bubble there.
It was all the talk of boys.
Yeah.
Boy, man, is this about me?
Oh, Andrew, and you've got a semi as well. You've got a semi. Also, I've got a little throat bubble and a raging hard on.
Helen.
Sorry, we're doing Elle's problem and I'm aware of that. But Elle's chill, so Elle would have loved that.
I did laugh. I liked it. Go on. Go on.
Do you want to beat it out now or do you want to wait for it just to go?
Helen.
No, that's inappropriate. That was inappropriate. That was bad. Sorry,
Please
Andrew.
be chill.
I have very gently told her that I think she needs to decenter men from her life. But beyond that, I have no advice or anything to add. My advice is always to break up with people, and apparently that's not nice.
I'll be your friend, Elle.
And then just outside of that, with friends and life in general, as a 22-year-old uni student, so much of conversation is about relationship and dating, and I just have nothing to add, and I feel a bit left out. Any thoughts or advice on navigating all of this would be much appreciated. I just feel ignored sometimes.
Okay, I definitely have thoughts on this because I want to say one thing that I think is really important to underscore here. What the secondary part about how lots of conversations are around relationships and you don't have something to add, we'll get to. But the first part, which is that like you have a friend who's boy mad, who incessantly and exclusively talks about relationships, who you live with, and therefore you're hearing on rotation and you're finding that boring, is a completely normal reaction. Whether you are interested in relationships yourself or not, we have all got a friend who exclusively talks about their relationship, especially when it's like a hot and cold thing or an on and or off thing, or who just exclusively will only talk about romantic relationships. And honestly, if you live with that person, it's dull as fucking dishwater.
It is.
It really is. You're just like,
it's so refreshing.
it's
I like that
so
you said that.
boring.
Yeah.
Oh my God, of course it's
No,
boring.
but I like that you said that as the one who's like had relationships, because I was like, so for me, obviously I'm going to agree with Elle and be like, yeah, that's really
It's
boring.
so
But it's interesting to hear that you're like, everyone thinks that's boring.
Yeah, but also like
Yeah.
if your housemate exclusively talked about only their thing about anything, like as in like only talked about their career and and you didn't have a career. I mean, you do, but like let's just say like something where like that's only self-centered and only affects them and only has really 3 things that happen in it over on repeat, like without self-awareness, then that's fucking boring. So that's just like, I just want you to take that off and like sort of disassociate it if you can from your own sexual orientation or identity,
Particularly
because it's not that, I don't think.
when you can see that it's like not going to happen, or it's not happening because you can see the patterns easier than the person who's making the patterns. It's that thing of being like, do we have to discuss this person for 2 weeks knowing that we're never going to discuss them again?
And also,
After that, like, are we wasting our time? Yeah.
or like, do we have to pretend that you're really going to break up with this person when we both know you're not? Like, oh my God, like, do I have to give you advice when you've already made up your mind? Like, Christ alive. But may I say this?
I also get it. When you're obsessed with someone, you're obsessed.
I 100% get it, but I also think, if I may, I think you have a really good out from this conversation. And I do think it's, here is my orientation. Consequently, I don't think I'm a very good person to give you advice on this. It doesn't make sense to me, and my advice is probably always going to be like, what's intuitive to me is to end this, which I don't feel as a friend is helpful to you or even fairly considers how you might feel, because I can't necessarily empathize with that. So I think it's better if I give you advice about other things, but not relationships. I would be using that to the fucking end of time. Peace out, motherfucker. This has nothing to do with me. I would be absolutely using it in regards to that. But I would also say this, with the rest of it, it's true that so much of your early 20s is spent talking about relationships. If it's any consolation, that definitely changes when people get jobs, have financial worries, have like real big challenging things in their lives, or have like more exciting things to talk about.
You're also going to get more confident in saying to people, like, if every time you see them they go like, oh, like anything happened in their love life, like you dating, you can just sort of say to them, you get confident in just being like, look, I'll tell you if I want to at some point, but there's no point asking me every time I see you, like,
especially if you're ace or aromantic, because you can just be like,
yeah,
that's never going to be a thing for me,
Yeah.
so we're going to have to find different things to talk about.
yeah,
And I would almost do be like, so we're going to have to find different things to talk about, which is quite fun.
and then make suggestions of things that you're genuinely passionate, like badger rescue.
Okay, so crazy guess. But what I was going to say, but the suggestion
Elle knows.
premise is good, examples crazy.
No, Elle knows.
No, I think the example's crazy, but I also, why would you talk about something that with there's so much innuendo to be had? The point is, I think that you're right.
Stop.
I know, I'm very funny.
No, wait.
A badger, a beaver, a muff?
Explain it. A badger is not.
A badger absolutely can be.
A badger is not a vagina.
Date an older woman, my sweet. Now listen, thank you.
Wait,
For the
yeah,
laugh,
okay, yeah.
Sophia.
We've got someone
Thank
laugh.
you.
Yeah, well done you. What is, like, okay, you know what? I don't need to know.
I just mean salt and pepper.
Okay.
If we may, what I was going to say was, this is about Elle. If
I
you
understand
focus.
that. I understand that.
I think the point that stands and that's important is that it is. Did you just
such
get
a
it?
violent
Did you
animal.
just get it?
It's just such a violent animal.
Helen, focus. If we Helen, focus. I think that if you are the point that's useful is that you should absolutely go into conversations with some conversation starters, not to be too prescriptive or too like pre-planned, but I think it's always useful to be like, if you're the one who's going to shut down a conversation, which sometimes you will have to be because you'll have to say, look, I actually don't have anything useful to add on that. I do think you do as well also have to offer some suggestions. And what else matters to you? What matters to you about your friends' lives? Because that is the other thing I will say is like, just because it doesn't relate to you, or you maybe can't relate to it, doesn't mean you can't like some. You know, obviously you know that's important to your friends and that it matters in their lives. Like, what else matters to them? What is true of their sense of self and of what's important in their lives that you do want to know about? Because I do think you should be asking about those things. Like, is it how their friendships are, how their familial relationships are, what they're reading, what they're working on, what they're making, what they're passionate about. Like, I do think that is friendship, obviously. So you want to make sure that you are still putting forth a show of care for your friends by asking interested questions, which I'm sure you will anyway. But I just mean, like, if you want to shift the conversation, then you've got to have topics to do it with.
Yeah. I think that's perfect, Catherine.
Okay, great.
Congratulations.
Very good.
Sorry you got a boring ass.
No, I thought that was a really interesting question as well.
Yeah, me too.
Because it is, you're right, it
Thanks,
is boring
Elle.
for everyone. Because sometimes I forget. Sometimes you're just sort of like, oh, maybe I hate talking about relationships because, like, I don't have one. But then again, I do want one. So it's different. But it's that thing of being like,
no,
oh,
but at
everyone
least
finds
that's a
it boring.
point of interest and unusual. I also like, oh my God, it's so bad, but I've gotten to that age where...
Like, someone else's relationship is never going to be as interesting.
Well, I've gotten to that age where, like, if people are on the rocks or, like, I can see, like, a marriage is going to break up, I'm like, oh, no, because now you're going to start dating again. Let's fix this pronto because I can't with it. I can't.
I'm literally working on a bit of stand-up right now about how much better I am at breakups and people excited for new relationships. Like, if my friend has a breakup, I will suddenly become really close with them.
Yeah.
But, like, if they're in a relationship, I can't.
Snooze.
I can't
Snooze.
do it.
Yeah,
But I
really-
think that's more because I like my friends to be unstable and unwell and unhappy. Thank you.
It's just important
Next.
to have things, it's important to have things in common.
Next!
Well, here is the problem that it's very Helen loaded.
Oh my God.
This is a person called A,
Hi,
who has also had an endorphin overdose recently. They went to Disney World for the first time
Congratulations.
as an adult,
Congratulations.
and just went again only 6 months later.
What?
Oh my God, to Florida twice?
Yeah.
Are they
Slay.
a millionaire?
I'm already
Congratulations, eh?
considering
No,
when
there's
I'll-
deals. Sorry, Andrew, please.
I'm already considering when I'll next be able to go.
Mm.
I have an obsessive nature, and I know this will become a problem. Brackets, if it isn't already one.
It is.
Catherine, please shut the fuck up.
Do I stop now and say enough is enough, or come to terms with the fact that I'll be spending all my money here for the rest of my life?
Limit yourself to once every 2 years so you don't seem like a freaking loon. And lose all your money.
Out.
And lose all your
Go stand over there
That's
for
a
a minute.
reasonable bit of advice.
2
I'm
minutes
not going to stand
over
over
there.
there. That's such good
That
advice.
was fucking. That
Sorry,
was
go
rude.
once
that
every
was
2 years to a
genuinely
place
rude.
for children, and while you save yourself thousands of pounds, you're welcome. I think that's fine.
The amount of lesbian nonsense I have to listen to with the problems.
Thought you were
and
queer
then
now.
I get in.
Thought
I'm
you were
queer.
queer
I'm
now.
queer. I can still say lesbian nonsense.
Prove
If
it.
anything, I can say it more now.
Don't
And then
think
I get
so.
one problem that fully I understand. I get it, and all of a sudden you're just shutting it down. Work on
I was
yourself.
giving
That was
good
embarrassing.
advice.
God, I'm so on my period right now, aren't I? Okay.
Did you just wipe your nose and wipe your forehead?
Yeah, I'm trying to calm myself down. I need to calm myself. Andrew, I've become dysregulated.
To say become.
This is
Go
why I
on.
messaged you yesterday saying I just started my period because I knew today was going
I
to be a
told
nightmare.
you were coming on your period.
And you
like
told
I
me
always
the
do.
day before that I was going to come on my period, but I messaged you yesterday to be like, it has happened. So I genuinely thought we were going to be
Okay,
fine
thank you.
today. and
I'm
instead,
paying attention.
it's the end
What's
of her
the
period,
answer?
second day of mine. I'm literally livid right now. Right, is that the end of the thing, Andrew?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm being
Are we
quiet.
all okay? I'm okay.
You have 3 minutes. Go.
A. Do not fear enjoying what you enjoy. I feel like people always have to like ruin things for themselves because they're like, oh, this is going to become a massive thing. If you enjoy going to Disney and that's how you want to spend your money, then enjoy it and spend your money there. It's okay to be part of a fandom. It's okay to have fun doing something.
Of course, but you also need money for other stuff.
Shut up. Obviously that comes with a caveat of just being aware that like life continues at home and there's stuff going on, and realistically it does sound like you're someone who's probably saving up to live in Celebration at some point in your later years. So I think always have
Celebration?
Celebration is a village that is attached to the Disney property in Disney World where you basically live a Disney life 24/7. You have to get yourself on the list for a property right now if you think you're going to get there before you die. It's very important to do it.
Is it a retirement home?
And
A
it's
Disney
not a retirement home. There's also like you can live there as a younger person. It's just very hard to get in, but it's like the perfect Disney town. It's amazing. I will live there one day. Okay,
Are you on the list?
so no, I need to get on it though. Can you write that down, Andrew?
Andrew's not your PA.
You're-
What is he writing it
Andrew,
down for?
right,
What's he writing that down for?
A.
We're only
Are
on
you
A.
are? I think there's also a fear of being a Disney dogs of how harshly we're judged, and it's just sort of like, oh, we're all so mad and like stupid. We're
I
not.
think they're encouraged too much, not judged too much.
Okay, Catherine, please
Mm-hmm.
go when you want to go. Enjoy it. Keep an eye on your finances. Obviously, it isn't the cheapest holiday. There's loads of packages. You'll figure it out. You don't have to stay at the fanciest hotel each time. You don't have to go Grand Floridian. Okay, go Pop Century. They've got access to the special swingy things, and you can get straight into Epcot that way. I think that's lovely. Take your time. Enjoy yourself.
How many times have you been?
Once, but I watch vlogs for about 5 hours a week, every week.
Do you actually?
Yeah, I'd say
So
about
bad.
that. It's bad.
Think about everything else you could get done in that time.
I know.
Or
I
you
know.
shell your pistachios while you watch it.
I do shell pistachios while I.
Do you?
You really listen to me.
Yeah, because you make them write everything down.
Love you. No, my
I love you
new
too.
pistachio addiction. And I
You have a pistachio
shell.
addiction?
It's got out of control. Like I love to have snacks on me,
Yeah.
but it's like it's pistachios, the salted roasted pistachios,
Yeah.
but they're so expensive
They're
to buy
so
shelled.
expensive full
To
stop.
unshelled. So I buy a massive one
From where?
of shelled, Sainsbury's, and then I just stand there shelling them, watching TV
Why don't you
for
sit?
hours and put them into Tupperware.
Why don't you sit?
I don't know.
Treat yourself. Have a sit.
Yeah, I should.
Sit down, babe.
Oh, so Neil never thought to tell me that. I've
I
been
was-
standing.
It's Neil's not in charge of you. You're
He
your
is a
own
little
woman.
bit because it's his TV, as he says.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I'll sit.
Listen, I think once every 2 years means that you don't ruin it for yourself and you still have something to look forward to. And I think it
No.
also is probably more financially viable.
They're changing rides every 6
And
months.
I think you have a more relatable life for your friends. And that's just my opinion.
So if I went to Disney twice a year, you would no longer be able to talk to me or find me relatable.
No, I would be able to, but I couldn't hear about Disney that whole time. And you'd want to talk about it
You
all
go
the
to
time,
that
'cause you'd
hotel
be
in
going and
Hampshire
just
twice
coming.
a year. Do you think that, like, do you know what I mean?
What hotel in Hampshire?
The Pig.
I should not go twice a year.
You went twice last
I've been
year.
twice in my whole life.
You went twice last
No,
year.
I didn't. I went once last
Okay,
year.
you went once last year and once the year before. How many times
No,
have
I
been
went
to
once
Disney?
the year before the year before.
Once. You know what? Forget about it. There's
went
no
to
talk
Disney
to her when
once,
she's
have
in a mood
you?
like this.
You've been to Disney more than once.
I'm just saying, you've been to Disney more than once, surely.
Been to Disney World once.
Right.
And Disneyland.
Paris twice.
Okay, so you've been 3 times.
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm not talking about Disneyland Paris again because I can't take any more of those
Well,
comments.
would you like some,
Whoa.
to quote Helen, lesbian nonsense instead?
Yes, please!
Can
Homophobe.
please remember when you're listening to this episode that my period is raging and I'm only 4. So I'm in a very difficult place.
Andrew.
This is from the lovely C,
Hi, C.
Hi, Zay!
who is very excitingly marrying their girlfriend. Ooh.
Woohoo! Fiance, surely, if we're talking.
Indeed, yes, fiance.
Congratulations,
Congrats,
C.
C.
Things have been fairly straightforward so far, but one thing has taken me by surprise. The amount of people, including people that know me well, who have asked what I'll be wearing. When I say we're both wearing dresses, they seem shocked. What were they imagining? We're both femme lesbians, so I find this question so odd and dull. Why are so many people asking me this? Are they expecting me to wear a Moss Bros 3-piece? I mean, it's your wedding. Splash out for more than Moss Bros.
Yeah,
but
I was like,
still.
Moss Bros is savage.
I've never heard Moss Bros said out loud. I think I've only ever seen it written down. Moss Bros.
Moss Bros is so savage.
Isn't it Moss Bros?
No, grow up.
Moss
Helen.
Bros.
Moss Bros, yeah.
Let him have Moss Bros.
Moss
Go
Bros.
on.
It's your wedding, not your prom. Come on.
Yeah.
But C would love if you could help come up with a sassy snapback when questioned. My last retort of, oh, we'll be walking down the aisle wearing only strap-ons did not go down well.
I like that. have them on behind, so it's only once you've like walked past people on the aisle they notice
Are
it.
you thinking of tails?
Yeah, not really the same thing.
Hats
but
and
it's a bit
tails
of
for the
fun.
wedding. Here's the problem, see. I don't know if I can be that much helpful to you.
I
I
can.
always ask people what they're wearing to their wedding, regardless of straight, gay, gender, because I think it's weird to presume white dress anymore. I think that's as like strange and presumptuous. Lots of people don't want to wear the traditional fare and actually don't like to be assumed that they will be. And I think that it's fun. And lots of people who are excited about clothes will ask because they're excited about clothes. So there's a chance that people are asking that. Now, obviously, I also say that knowing that I had a conversation over Christmas where I met this woman for the first time, and she obviously just like saw a lesbian and was like telling me the story of how two girls she knows both got married and they both wore bridal dresses.
Oh my God.
And that was the punchline, and I was supposed to be, I don't know, shocked because one of them wasn't the boy. And so I do think from context you will be able to tell tenor wise which kind of person is asking, but a lot of the time people will be asking because they think that's like more normal to ask than assume, and because they love clothes. And I think that assuming that you weren't wearing a suit just because you have long hair or a femme is also kind of weird. So maybe give him a little bit of slack, but also if the tenor is like, what are you wearing? Then I think obviously you do need a sassy comeback, but I don't know what that would be.
I like the strap-on one.
Also, yeah, me too. I think it's very funny. But what about you, Helen? Am I being too unfair?
I know how to do this.
Oh, right, okay.
Okay. There's a Key and Peele sketch called Gay Wedding Advice. Have we seen it?
I love
Yes.
Key and Peele. No, I haven't seen
It's
it.
such a good sketch.
Are you watching it right now?
And but I googled it just to like check when we were first answering the
Incredible.
problem. And it's like, it's a family.
Let's
and
see.
they're like, wait, should I play a bit of it?
Oh, no, we can't play it on the podcast.
Oh yeah, we can't because it's,
Just,
I don't have YouTube Premium. But basically,
yeah, that's why.
that's why the advert. I don't have a paddy power addiction. I don't have a paddy power addiction. But basically, so it's someone whose work colleague is gay,
Yeah.
and it's a whole family, and they're trying to figure out what to do for their like cousin or nephew's wedding, and it's a
Okay.
gay wedding,
Yeah.
and they're like, okay, we just like I've brought him in. He's a colleague of mine. He's gay, and he's going to answer some of our questions. And then it's just sort of like things like, when are we singing the gay anthems? And he's like, I don't know what a gay anthem is. And he's like, when are we going to sing like It's Raining Men, Hallelujah? And he's like, we're not in the church ceremony. And they're like, do we watch when they kiss? And they're like, yeah, like you would like at any
What?
normal wedding. And they're like, happens if I involuntarily gasp like a. And he's like, I'd encourage you not to do that. And then it's like, where do we get the euros from to buy the presents? And it's like, you don't need any euros. Like it's just gonna be normal dollars. Like, and it's just great. And I think watch that sketch, take a couple of things from it, right, and then like make it your own.
Right, fascinating.
It's so funny.
It sounds like that's just gay people going, oh, no.
yeah.
No.
It's one guy being like, once again, just a normal.
I'm really sorry, by the way. I'm not trying to take their side of the other people. See, I do want you to know we're totally on your side. I think I would ask that question, but I'd ask it of anyone.
I don't know if I do. What you probably my friends, my girlfriend,
But I'm
probably
just
like,
obsessed.
ask me, and I'm like,
obsessed with like I just want.
you are a clothy
I
fashion
would want
girly.
to see the dress. I'd want to, like, what I'm really asking when I say like, what are you wearing? Is I'm like hoping they're like, this is my dress from the fitting, and I can be like, you know.
Yeah, but you ask
But
that
I
for
would
like
do that if
clothes in
I was
general.
gonna say I would do that if you were like shooting some stand up or like
Oh,
going on a
everything
date.
I do,
or,
you ask
yeah,
me my
I just-
outfit.
Yeah,
Everything.
It's a vibe.
I have no special out. Yeah, I don't know. Just tell them to fuck off. We're doing it naked. We're wearing strap-ons.
I think it might be a little bit of. I think it might be unfair though to say that.
No, just do it. Just do it. You can tell anyone to fuck off. You want to fuck off.
Oh right, okay. Oh,
My
it's
period
certainly.
is so raging.
Yeah,
right
I was like,
now.
it's certainly a personality
You know what?
choice.
If they even look at you, lose it.
Fuck
Just
off.
fully lose it.
Okay, great, solved. I think.
Yeah, solved. So I'll put that in
Is
the solved
it?
column.
I just feel like I want to hurt someone.
Why?
I think it's a combination of quitting smoking and
Oh my
period.
god, I keep forgetting. I was like, what is going on with her? You were in a bad mood because you've quit smoking.
I'm in the eye of the beast.
You are. I'm so proud of
I'm
you.
having withdrawal. Is that,
I'm
can you have withdrawal?
Yeah, you're having withdrawals.
I'm having withdrawal.
I'm so impressed by you. You're doing it. It's so cool.
Someone's going to have to lock me up in here after this recording so I don't
Why?
immediately go and buy a pack of cigarettes.
Just don't. You can do this.
Just don't.
Just
don't. That actually is the only thing that will stop me.
Just quit.
I won't buy them because I'm a non-smoker.
There you go. And also think of all that money you could spend on your house instead.
Or on shelled pistachios.
You could just buy them shelled. Wow, that'd be good.
Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it?
God damn.
Yeah.
Think how many, when you can have your own Christmas tree, how many Christmas decorations you could buy from Disneyland if you didn't smoke. There you go.
Hey, I'm coming with you. Pack your bags.
Got
We're
another
going
problem,
together.
Andrew?
Yes, this is from B.
Hi,
Hi,
B.
We've
short
done A, B, and C this episode.
And L. And F.
Andrew, you could have thought about this. Where's D? Where's E? You know what I'm saying?
Well, in truth, 3 of these people have had the same initial, and I've changed them for variety.
That's nice.
For alphabetical
And
variety.
Andrew, I'm going to tell you I love you right now because I feel like you needed to hear that.
Thank you. I love you too.
I love you. I love you, Catherine.
Ready?
Yes. So this is from B.
Hi, V.
Hi, B.
Hi, Hogs. I'm fairly sure I have ADHD, and everyone at work hates me and thinks I'm lazy.
Oh, no.
How do I get
Whoa. Sorry. Whoa. Just 1 second. Okay. Go on.
How do I get them to understand I'm in the trenches going through it and would appreciate a bit more patience? From a chaotic gay. B.
I'm literally in the trenches right now, so I will not be able to join you in the trenches answering this question right now because I'm also in the trenches.
You have ADHD?
No, but withdrawal.
Okay. First of all, let's take a breath. Hello.
Ah, it's mustard gas! No,
Let's-
we're not in the
Oh
trenches.
my God, what's wrong with you?
That'd be mad. That would be
Oh
mad.
my God,
that would
what
be mad.
is wrong
You know
with
what I'm
you?
going to do? I'm going to just have like a suck on that lollipop
I
you
think
gave
that's a
me.
really good idea. Okay.
Sorry, Andrew.
B,
Yeah.
I think it's time to take a breath. I think it sounds like, if I may, you're being incredibly hard on yourself and assuming lots of things about your colleagues that they have not said. So let's just take a minute. Everyone does not hate you. They might not understand you in this exact moment. They might have some qualms with how you work at this exact moment, but they don't hate you. So let's just take a minute, take a breath and go, okay, first issue at hand is are you opening that lollipop for 1,000 years? Can you just open it? It's the loudest thing I've ever heard in my life. Thank you.
Sorry, Catherine. Sorry, listener.
Don't suck it on mic.
Sorry, B.
So, Christ alive. So you think you have ADHD. Thankfully, there are ways to get that checked. And I think you absolutely should. I think you should go and get yourself a diagnosis. I think you deserve that clarity. I think you deserve that level of self-awareness and understanding. And I think that will enable you to go to your workplace and ask for the kinds of kind of accommodations that you need and explain yourself in a way that is discernible and manageable and helpable in the workplace. So I think that's what you got to do. Now, obviously, getting a diagnosis when you have ADHD is actually quite a challenge because it usually involves a lot of organization, which I know can sometimes be a struggle. But I think the first thing you could do is ask for help with that, either from HR or from a parent or a friend. And I think that is worth exploring first. But I think, honestly, it seems to me like the voices in your head are being very cruel to you at the moment because of things that are outside of your control, and that your mind's being a real saboteur. And if you can say, fascinating, that probably isn't true because lots of people work in different ways, and probably the hardest person, the person that the ADHD is hardest for is probably you. But I would go to HR and explain what you think is happening. And they might even have some tips on how to get a diagnosis or how to manage that in work because perhaps they've encountered it before. But I just can't imagine anybody hates you because you're a little bit erratic.
There's no way everybody hates you because people who even people who are bloody awful have got friends.
Yeah, Helen
Like,
has loads
awful.
of friends.
I am Mrs. Congeniality of South London.
Mrs.
Yeah.
Mrs. Congeniality.
It's older.
Because I'm older. Because I'm 33, Andrew.
Still no
Okay?
skills, but
I'm
everyone's fave.
33 and having a lollipop.
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't have anything to add. Do I?
We don't hate you.
We don't hate you. And yeah, loads of people who are awful have got loads of friends. And I'm sure you've got loads of friends. And I bet they don't all hate you. And you know what? If they do,
Oh yeah, if they actually do hate
then
the...
move job. Don't
No,
work
what?
with
No,
that
no, no,
many
no,
people
no.
who hate you. Life's
No.
too short.
I just think it's so unlikely that everybody hates the like fun ditzy one in the office, which is probably always the worst case scenario you're coming across as.
Go work somewhere happy. Go work at Blue Peter.
I don't think that's good advice.
Go work at Blue Peter.
Don't change your job. Go get a diagnosis, my sweetheart. You deserve that.
But if you do get a job at Blue Peter, let us know. We would love to come in.
Information is empowering.
Do you think we'd be allowed on Blue Peter?
100%.
No, I have way too many jokes about rimming on the internet.
Well, I don't have any jokes about rimming on the internet. Or in real life, actually.
But there's that long video about you not believing in the female G-spot.
I have no memory of that. I do believe in it. I just think it's the clip. And I stand by that. And the amount of people that do message me about that, being like, "You're right,
You're not right.
100%, I am,"
You're
and
not
other
right.
people who message me being like, "You're right that you piss out of your vagina. It's just inside."
Okay, well, I'm sure those are a bunch of doctors, no doubt. Andrew, next problem, please.
Yes, this is a problem from S.
Hi,
Hi, S. I'm afraid it's our last problem of the day, S.
What number is it?
How many are we on, Andrew?
Well, do we count solving Catherine's water issue as a problem?
No.
No, it's 6. Then it's our 6th problem.
Exactly in the middle of both of our guesses. Also, more than we've ever answered in a series. Question mark, we don't do series.
We're
in an
incredible.
That's amazing. This is number 6.
And I feel great.
Don't cry.
I'm not crying.
Okay.
Okay, for our 6th and final problem. Are you okay, Helen?
Is the lollipop helping with the smoking?
I think so. I don't know why all of a sudden. I think, you know what? I'm in period hormone hell, and I listened to too much Kenny Rogers on the bus here. And there was a
Kenny
queue at the
Rogers,
pharmacy.
really?
Yeah, it was I
like
listened
Kenny
to
Rogers.
We've Got Tonight
Oh,
about
God.
20 times in a row.
Okay, well,
Got
that's an
myself
insane thing to
teary,
do.
and then pivoted to The Gambler,
No,
which for
that's
some reason
insane.
also
That's
insane.
told
That's
him.
insane.
Know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run.
Memory is my song if I want to get really teary.
Oh,
The Nicole
stop
Scherzinger.
it.
Sorry.
No, but We've Got Tonight, like, and then I started thinking about like a big love that I like never had when I was like younger, and then I'm here and I couldn't smoke. You know what? This isn't about me, and I'm fine. I'm present.
Eat your lollipop. S, go for it. Fucking hell. Go on.
So S says, something I've been struggling with recently is a feeling that I'm going through a period of great change.
Preach.
In terms of accepting my sexuality, trying to be more confident and breaking out of my comfort zone. However, those around me are not comfortable with this. I find these things quite difficult, but I've been trying to push myself. Although I have one great person in my life who supports me a lot, most of my friends and family who have known me before this change won't accept this new version of myself, which is hard because it's not even a new version. I'm just, for the first time, accepting and embracing who I am and have always been inside. A lot of what my family members and old friends of mine say comes from a place of insecurity and themselves not being confident enough to live authentically. But it's hard balancing, empathizing with that, with my feelings of frustration at their behavior. The criticism is not always explicit, but consists of questioning looks, taking the piss, or making out like I'm leaving them behind. Accepting myself has always been a struggle for me as a young woman, brackets 18, and feels even more challenging as there are so many voices from ugly-ass men that you have to tune out. My question is, how do you be yourself when other people around you are still clinging on to the old version of you in their minds? I feel this is definitely part of the queer experience, enter gay hogs, but it's also something that many people experience as you grow up. This is actually for a problem from before you came out, brackets enter Helen, but obviously you yourself now are queer, so.
Yeah, but I'm still lost in it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, one day I'm like looking at the ladies on Hinge, and other days I'm just sort of like, I don't know, who am I kidding? Like, it feels weird. Yeah.
Interesting. That's
Yeah.
okay. I think a lot of people can feel a little bit impostery if you haven't like had a relationship with a woman.
Super impostery.
But also, like, some days I'm looking at blondes on Hinge and some days I'm not. You know what I mean?
Mhm,
Well, actually,
yeah.
that's not true because I have a girlfriend. But and don't tell her I said that. No, I'm joking. Okay. Can I answer this problem?
Yeah, that was it. Thanks for the advice and sorry for the essay.
No,
No,
it was a good
S.
essay.
Oh, sorry for the
yeah.
essay. S. Us too. Here's the thing. I think that what you are describing is interesting because if you listen to yourself, what you are saying in that email, I think reveals a lot, which is you're saying this isn't a new revelation about me. This is a thing that has been true for a long time. And so actually, I'm not asking them to accept this big change. Yes. And you've known about it for ages. They haven't. It is new information to them. And it does feel very sudden. And even though you know it's not and have known for a long time, it's the knowing for quite some time that has made you certain. And it's the consistency and the surety in that has made you feel comfortable with it. And I think being very generous to people who should be better than they are, but people are often disappointing, you could afford them this, you kind of will have to afford them, unfortunately, the same amount of time and consistency so that they find it easier to accept. Because
I feel
people...
like you have suggested that you're doing that as well in the email.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. I think S is being really empathetic to the fact that, well, no, I think S was saying that like some of them were having difficulty because they themselves aren't living authentically and they're trying to be empathetic to that. But they were also saying like, this isn't a big change and this has been true, but they haven't known that. So I think it's so frustrating when what you actually need when your life is becoming more difficult because you're coming out is when you need everyone around you to rally around you actually the most. They all go, oh God, we need time with this. And you're like, what the hell do you need to, and what? It's not affecting you in any, and you're right. And I could tell you're right till we're all blue in the face, but that doesn't mean that they don't have weird notions of what you were going to be that now have to adjust, which they shouldn't have had. But given that we know this is going to be the case, I promise you, it generally speaking, more often than not, gets better with time, not worse. I just do think that's true. In most instances, if they have a bit of time and breath with it and you remain consistently yourself, then they will, in the same way that they believed an idea of you before, this will adjust to their normal. Is it tedious? Yes. Will it get better? Very, very, very likely, yes.
Now listen, I ain't been around on these shores for long. I ain't been around since 1991.
What accent is this?
But I know one thing for sure.
What accent is this?
What you need from people
Jesus, it hurts.
very rarely is what you get.
I wish you could speak in a normal voice, please.
Me too. Okay, I can do it.
Is that something you learned in therapy?
No. What you need from people. So like right now you need all this support because you're going through this big change period and you know what you need, which is a very good thing to know, but you're not going to get it. You're not getting it right now. And there's a good chance that you don't get it because what you need from your loved ones very rarely actually is what you receive. If you have the mental capacity during this time to really figure out exactly what it is that you'd want people to say or do around you, you can find ways to like vocalize that to people and ask for support that way. But you need to be like super clear with it because otherwise people can feel like their personalities are being attacked, which I think does happen, and that's just like not great. But you can also do some things for yourself. Sometimes when you realize exactly what you need, you might be like, oh, maybe that was something that I just needed to hear, but I didn't need to actually hear it from them. I just needed to hear myself saying it. So there is like a bit of, it's annoying that you have to do it, but remember, we do therapy for those that don't do therapy in our lives. And it's patience and just, people just don't get it sometimes. They just don't.
No, and look, the thing is like, people shouldn't raise children with a clear expectation of who they want them to be and then be so shocked when they turn out to be a person that they didn't preordain. But they do, repeatedly. Yeah. And given we know that people make the same mistakes over and over again,
King Charles,
being
Prince Harry.
shocked by that is tedious. So instead, all I can say is, welcome.
Yeah.
Hey, from the team, welcome. There are a whole bunch of people here who are thrilled to have you and will be thrilled to accept you as you are. But as is always the way, like parents always see us as children. They always see us as like your favorite food being a thing you once mentioned one time in 1994. They commit to things and notions because they think it means that it helps them feel like they know you, that they identify you, that they matter to you and that you matter to them. And when things change, they find that disorienting and shocking, but they will adjust. It just takes time. And in the meantime, so glad you're here. So glad you're queer. Yay for you. And I'm so glad you are figuring out who you actually are. And people will catch up, I promise. But for now, the big part is that you're figuring it out. And you're the only one who has to live with yourself 24/7. So hell yeah, girl.
And if you don't have anyone saying that to you, then we're going to do a little message for you now from Helen and Catherine. And you can snippet this up and play out and repeat to yourself. You are doing fucking fantastic. You have stepped out of the shadow of who you used to be your more authentic self, which is so fucking brave. People don't do that in their entire lifetimes, and you're fucking doing it. You know what? You've done it, and you're going to continue to do it. And I'm bloody proud of you.
I wish you could see that Helen, if you're not watching this, you should know that Helen's like waving around a strawberry lollipop at the same time. She's so full of conviction.
Because you deserve everything and you deserve love.
And let me say this. Sometimes you try a shoe. And yeah, in 5 years you regret it. But right now it's what you need to signify to other women that you would like to have sex with them. And no one's judging you for that.
And that's all part of the same message.
They are both the same message. We wish you well. Don't pluck your eyebrows too thin. That's another thing I wish I told my 18-year-old. Oh, this isn't about me. Okay, you're doing great. We're proud of you. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Buy a supportive pair of shoes.
You will regret laxatives. Just don't do it.
I never did that one.
Good for you, girl.
Thank you.
What would you do laxatives for? I don't
Weight
Oh my
loss.
God, grow up.
Oh.
Sometimes you're such a boy. What the hell? Male privilege rang. Hello. Jesus Christ.
was 10
Give me
years
a
younger, to be
fucking
fair.
break.
It's fair.
What does the youth have to do with it?
Well, just because I was different. Like, I don't know whether our generation were like on laxatives. I mean, I'll ask my female friends, but I don't think so.
No, don't ask your female friends.
They grew. They
Say your female friends. I'm like, girls, are we doing laxatives?
yeah, don't do that. But
we
also,
get on
they
them?
grew up with the Kardashians, weight loss teas. They're doing laxatives. Sure, okay.
Interesting. Okay.
Wow.
Well, it's important to learn.
Wow,
and
way to
thank
fucking
you for letting
full
me
stop that with some freaking
make
cluelessness.
Thank you for the lovely problems, Andrew.
Yeah, those
A
are really
pleasure.
good.
So we did
Sorry
6
about
problems
him,
and 2 updates.
That's
Woohoo!
good.
And we
Really
solved
good.
dehydration. The answer's waters. Hey, Helen. 170. It was a weird one.
I feel great.
I feel weird. I feel like I came in too caffeinated. You came in quitting smoking on your period and really highly newly into your addiction of lollipops? Question mark.
I don't want to bite it.
By the way, I was genuinely thinking, is she doing that for me? Because thank you for not chewing it on mic. Or is she like really that self-control?
No, it's like I don't want to bite it with the mic, so I'm just
Thank
trying to like
you.
roll it around my mouth. But can you hear it? Is it like horrible to listen to? Oh,
Yes.
good. Okay.
No. We're saying no.
You couldn't hear it, and you've got the headphones on, so we're fine.
The listener can't hear Sophia, just so you know. So
Okay. Well, my friend in my head. Hi, Sophia.
why wouldn't you just say the person doing the tech?
The person doing the tag just said they can't
It's
hear
so
it.
much
You know
better to go
what?
imaginary friend. Okay,
We'll see you in the extras.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. You guys. Thank you so much to our exec producers and to our producers. We're going to do a shout out to our execs first to say thank you so much for supporting us on TrustyHogs. That was actually really good. Okay, thank you to our exec producers. Guy Goodman, Simon Moores, Annie Turner, Stefanie Catracchia, Oliver Jago, Anthony Conway, Neil Redmond, Sadie Cashmore. Hey, I'm walking here.
You guys get that I'm too tired to keep fighting, right? I'm just sorry. Also, thank you to our producers. Elle, Richard Bold, Harald Van Dijk, Tim and Dom, David Walker, Rachel R, Claire, Owen-Jones, Jess and Nick, Sarah and Molly, Raia Fink, Cordelia, Rachel Page, Helen A, Tina Linsey, Amy O'Riordan, Abbie Worf, Matt Sims, Luke Bright, Leah, Kate, Liz Force, Taz, Anthony, Chloe. Are you doing what are you doing while I'm
I'm
saying
waiting for you to read all the names and I'm going to go, "Ay."
this? Stop punching
So
the
I
air.
needed to get the names up so I could follow
Chloe,
along.
Becky Fox, Dean Michael, Sophie Chivers, maybe Chivers, Carey Seuthe, Charley A, KC, Jam Rainbird, Tamsyne Smith-Harding, Hannah J, Ezra Peregrine, Bryn, Laura Pollock, Leah Overend, Stephen Chicken, Dougie Robertson, cute name, Hayley Singer. Guys, honestly, thank you so much for supporting the podcast. We couldn't do it without you, and we are so grateful. And this is the end of the thanks for Patreon, and also the end of any plugs that we might want to make about Patreon. It's the end of everything. This is the end. That's the end of it.
Hey!